Hello everyone, and today, this happened.
Look guys, it's a rainbow. Maybe if I go to the end of it, I'll find a pot of gold.
You know that person at the end of a subway bench that just sits there and clicks that pin just right into your ear? He's just clicking and clicking, or have his cell phone case and he's pushing it up and down, or sometimes they'll even have that person with his shoelaces. He's just playing with his shoelaces, just driving you nuts. Well, I have a confession to make. I am that person. And I apologize, but I am a big fidgeter. I fidget all of the time. And you know what? It really isn't something that I should be ashamed of, because there are millions of people out there in the world just like me that just love to fidget, that just consider themselves to be professional fidgeters like myself. And you know, scientists have actually conducted experiments on this, and they find that fidgeters actually do better because they're able to concentrate better when they're fidgeting. So, you know, I mean, it really makes sense when you think about it. I mean, when we were cavemen, we were running around, we were killing buffaloes, riding dinosaurs. We didn't have to sit in an office all the time clicking on our keyboards. We need something to keep our interest up. And so they've invented like toys for us fidgeters, things to contemplate for the fact that we're not allowed to ride dinosaurs anymore. And you know, like stress toys, and these things have been around for a long time. But these two guys on the internet decided to take it to the next level and invented this thing, the Fidget Cube. So the Fidget Cube has kind of an interesting story to it. I don't know if you've all heard about Kickstarter, but it's this place where developers can go and give out their ideas, and they can get backers to back up their projects. And these guys decided to just try this thing and see if anyone would be interested in it, and it ended up raising $6.4 million, one of the 10 most funded projects on Kickstarter ever. So, you know, I heard about this, and I was like, oh, that's really interesting, but I didn't think any more of it. I'm not actually going to go out and spend my money on something frivolous like this because, you know, I mean, I'm not even willing to spend money on my show. But I ended up going home one day, and I just found it on my table, and apparently my mom and dad had got it for me. I guess they felt like I was stressed out. But this is the Fidget Cube. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the box. But let's look at it here first. It's actually a really cool box. They got like little black and white boxes here. They got all the things that the Fidget Cube can do. You can click it, you can spin it, you can flip it, you can glide it, you can roll it, you can breathe it. I feel like I was doing one of those bop it things. Click it, spin it, flip it. Sorry. Bop it was just, it was just amazing. That's all I'm going to say about bop it. I don't know if you all know what bop it is, but it was amazing. It was a, never mind, it was amazing. But anyways, let's take a look at this thing. This is its little home, and here is the Fidget Cube. So I really like this thing. One thing that I really appreciate about this is how they made this like a big black tough box. You know, because fidgeters are always moving things around their hand. You need something that's really tough to withstand the test of time. And so here's the clickers. Got these things, and about 5 of those. And then you got this glider here, and then you got this little switch you can push. That actually is my favorite thing on this. I constantly am pushing this. And then you got these little levers here. You can kind of click these. These are a little more annoying. I wouldn't suggest using these in class or anything. And this little marble here, and the little switch on the top, which is actually already kind of breaking apart because I've played with it so much. And then you got this thing on the bottom. I thought this was just an excuse to have a bottom part without anything to put on it so you could like sit it up, but there is actually a little stone underneath there for you to glide your finger across, and it's actually kind of nice. I found myself more interested in it than I thought I would be. I thought it would just be, I'd be clicking all the other stuff and not even care about it. But anyways, this thing is really cool, and I really like it quite a lot. And I would definitely give this a B+, and definitely suggest you to buy it. It's a little bit expensive right now, but if this thing costs a little less, I think it would be really something that everyone could just get at the store, just become like a daily part of our lives. And that would be my one complaint about this. Although I appreciate they've made it so tough, they don't understand how rough fidgeters can be. Already this lever is beginning to wear out, and I've only had it a couple of weeks. And this thing just sounds a lot less like strong anymore, doesn't click as well. These things here aren't as good. But of course, I am pretty rough with this sort of stuff. I can't help it. If I'm gonna play with something, I've got to play with it. But yeah, I really do like this thing. Definitely suggest buying it. But it got me thinking, I need to create my own like fidget device, so I can make a whole bunch of money, because that's what I'm here for the money. I'm here. This is why I'm here for the money. But I got this shoe. It's the fidgeting shoe, and I figure this makes it a little bit more tough. So people can't you can't ruin this thing. I mean, maybe you could destroy one or two things on here, but this whole thing is going to stay intact. So I've got and understand, this is just a prototype. This isn't the final product, but I got these little earphones for you to play with. I've got this thing here. I love to play with this thing. You can just switch it around in your hand. And one of my favorite things to play with for some reason is these things. They're oh gosh, you can twist it around, and shoelaces. Oh, and I've even got a pin in here. And, of course, because I know, I don't know how that got in there. That is not part of the design. But I also got a phone in here, which will rank up the price a little bit, I imagine. But you can play with the phone case this way. You can take it off or do whatever you want with it. And you can also make phone calls. Make it a little, for the kids, it makes it a little less suspicious if you're sitting there with your phone on your ear, text you later. You can just tell your teacher, oh, I was just taking off my shoe in class and talking to it. But at least they wouldn't think you were on the phone, So they just think you were just kooky. But anyways, I can see this thing really making it at some point, maybe even beating out this thing. Please send me money on Kickstarter. This is going to be on Kickstarter at some point. Once it gets past the development stage, that might take 20 years or so, but eventually this fidget shoe is going to be the rage. You will see everyone wearing these on runs, perhaps. But that is my fidgeting game. Fidget a little, and fidget a lot, and you will fidget forever.